Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and you have arrived at day 51 of the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2019. Today's tangle is a beautiful one by Ria Matheussen, and she is a CZT and one of my favorite people. She has been very supportive of me and my blog and my art in general. So I am pleased very much to bring you this tangle. I've done this once before and really enjoyed it. So it's Mazorito by Ria Matheussen, whose name I had trouble spelling. All right, in her step out video here on YouTube, you can find it. Ria starts with a penciled zigzag line, sort of stair-stepped. And I think I should have only dotted every other one on each side, alternating, but it worked out okay. What you want to do is midpoint between each of these points. You want to draw in a small circle or a circle-like object. Then you're going to very gently curve your line inward up to a point, and then alternating the sides like this. And it's already so pretty. This is just so elegant. Alright, the next step is to simply add auras. And you're going to aura the space between the two dots on the side where the valley is, so that you're bringing your auras to a point along with the sort of peak that you drew in to begin with. You want to repeat these auras in the same area 3 times. And to begin with, that was a little confusing for me, and I kept trying to match the auras up on each side. Don't worry about that. Just follow through. Try to keep your lines as consistent as you can. And just trust that the pattern is going to take care of this for you, because it will. Then when you're finished on one side, you want to repeat this on the other side in the exact same way. For some reason, when I draw it towards me, coming from left to right, I almost always have that issue. It's funny. Well, not ha-ha funny. Well, maybe ha-ha funny. At this point, you can embellish this to your heart's content. One thing that Ria does in her step out is to black the center, not a ring, the center pair of lines. I'll get going here and show you what I mean. And as easily as this, this very simple, sort of wobbly lined pattern that I started with becomes something lovely and elegant. And one of the things I love about this pattern is its versatility. You can literally do, I don't know, dozens of things. Some patterns you're able to vary like crazy, and some patterns you can't, and this pattern is just made for embellishing. It's really lovely and elegant. And Simba is letting me know that he wants to play. However, my Simba, it is 9 o'clock at night, and Mommy's trying to get finished so that she can go to sleep. So Simba's need to leave Mommy alone for just a few more minutes, and she'll be done. Okay? You're a good boy. And I am going to time-lapse this blacking. I am going to time-lapse this blacking process. But I do encourage you to take your time with it. Really, really try to get to the point where you can enjoy the process of blacking. I know some of you are extremely zen and you're able to just sort of float into that on the blacking, but some of you are very much like me, and there's always this buzz in your stomach to be done, be done, be done. And those of us that are like that right now need to take a deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Take one more. There we go. One more after that. And I promise you, these black lines will look a little bit less time-consuming to you. Think of it as coloring, and of course, if you wanted to use a colored inking pen for this, that of course would be a beautiful addition to this pattern. I'm going to show you a few more variations on this, or some of the possibilities that Ria herself mentions in the step out. So it occurred to me to try this without the pencil guide, or side to side, depending on how you're angling it, and add your auras. So on the dots, you want the circles about equal distance apart, and then the dots alternating top and bottom between the circles on each side, if that makes sense. Probably not. And you can leave those dots off. Now there are lots of fill options for the middle stripe, if you will. Little orbs in there go perfectly. One of the versions that Ria has in her step out is tiny little perfs all the way around the edges, which gives it a really pretty lacy look. Sort of reminds me of Belgium lace, which is lovely. You could also stripe You can aura this and treat it like zenith. Would look even more lacy if you aura it around the little perfs you put around it. Just so many possibilities. In her step out, Ria varies the row, if you will, that she embellishes. So lots of possibilities with this pattern. I hope you guys really enjoy playing with it. I've really come to appreciate it a lot. So shading on this pattern is going to be fairly straightforward if you want it to be. I usually just shade right where the lines come together, where it looks like one set goes behind the other. And I really like the way that looks. I have also played with shading one side towards the center of the little, I don't know what I'm going to call it, peak, I guess. But I felt like in the end with this, it was a little too much graphite overall. I don't know. I think by doing the shading in this way, it causes the sort of overlapping effect where the two sets of lines come together. It sort of obscures that effect, and so I think when I get to the pattern, I will not add the center or to one side shading on this one. I think I like it more straightforward. Well, I clearly did not get the camera turned on when I started putting this down in the pattern, but I think we went over things well enough that you guys know what to do, and I can't wait to see what sort of variety you guys come up with for this pattern. That is it for day 51, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow with day 52. And until I see you, I hope you have a great day.